Alright, you've just picked up your brand new iPad and dropped some serious cash on it. So if you want to get your money's worth, you should tweak the following 15 features first. Starting basic with 4 essential setup changes. On recent iPad Air and Pro models, there's actually a native setting for some extra screen space. Here in the Settings app, find Display and Brightness, then Display Zoom, and we can choose more space. I mean, especially when multitasking, it instantly feels like you've got a bigger screen, which we'll directly take advantage of by filling up the dock with our most important apps and saying goodbye to the rest. Now, you probably already know that while in any app, you can then swipe up about an inch to show the dock, so we can switch apps without going back to the home screen. But nobody seems to tell you how much more the dock can do. I mean, just for example, we can pull any app into split view or drag a document onto any app to open it in that app. And if the Files app is in your dock, you can long press to see and grab your most recent documents.
How cool is that?
Well, Craig, at least as cool as the Control Center. And this one gets even more exciting when we check out the Control Center settings. We can add many more incredibly useful controls. And once you are set, keep in mind that you can not only tap most toggles, but also tap and hold to uncover even more options. So just for instance, we can long press the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth icon to quickly connect networks or devices, the brightness slider to quickly switch on night shift, or when screen recording, switch on the mic for a quick voiceover. You get the idea. And we haven't even touched on widgets yet. You certainly know that you can hold down on the home screen, tap the plus, and boom, we are in the widgets gallery. Also, you know better than I do what apps are useful here, so let's check out 2 powerful tricks that most people don't seem to know. First, most widgets are very customizable. Again, hold down on the home screen and then tap any widget to uncover more options. For instance, for the Mail widget, we can select a specific mailbox or account to show here. For a contact, we can enable buttons to then FaceTime call or message them with one single tap. And here's a cool one. If we drag 2 or more widgets onto another, we can create a stack, which we can then easily cycle through. So now I can see recent emails from all of my accounts right here from the home screen. Now, we'll get to some seemingly magical gestures in just a few seconds, but before we go any further, let's quickly tick off our security checklist, just in case your iPad ends up in the wrong hands. Because then, at the latest, you want to know your iPad's location, right? So, let's switch that on right now. In Settings, tap your name, Find My, and check if Find My iPad is enabled. Because of the Find My network, you can then locate your iPad with any other Apple device or on iCloud.com, even when it has no internet connection. It just needs to have Bluetooth switched on, which right now, any thief can easily switch off, even when your iPad is locked, so you'd have no way of tracking its location. Let's change that. Going into the passcode settings, we can choose exactly what's allowed without you unlocking your iPad. I'd strongly recommend switching off the Control and Notification Center. Alright, speaking of which, if you don't want nosy friends spying on messages showing up on your lock screen, in the notification settings, let's choose to show notifications only when unlocked. You still get them, but their content will be hidden until you choose to see it. But there are also hidden security threats lurking inside your iPad. You see, by default, any app can ask to track what you're doing across your entire iPad, so on websites and even in other apps. So, under Privacy and Security, you can disable app tracking altogether. This might even save you some battery life, which even more so goes for this next setting. We can find it under General, and then there's Background App Refresh. Here we can disable any apps that don't need to constantly sync their content even when they are not currently used. And we can't tick off our fancy pants security checklist without talking about backing up your precious data. Your iPad can do this automatically for you. Again, tap your name, hit iCloud, and then iCloud Backup, and you can activate backups of all your settings, documents, and apps. Plus, if you tap your iPad, you can specify which apps should sync and back up their content. Set and forget, but it could one day save your app. Now, as promised, your iPad has some incredibly handy gestures baked in right from the start, and in less than 45 seconds, you know about all of them. For starters, sure, we can use the home bar to close an app or go to the app switcher, but you can do the same by quickly pinching in 4 fingers or pinching and holding with 4 fingers. Once we're here in the app switcher, we can drag any app onto another to open them in split view. Plus, we can quickly swipe between apps using again either the home bar or using 4 fingers. Alright, it's good that we've landed on Notes because we can pinch the keyboard to shrink it down to an iPhone-like one. The point being, we can now also swipe to type. Pinching out puts it back to normal. Oh, and whilst we're here, swiping left with 3 fingers will undo, and swiping right with 3 fingers will redo. But here's the thing, one of the best gestures isn't even activated by default. So let's change that. In the multitasking and gesture settings, we can set up one of the corners for snapping a screenshot. Oh, which reminds me that we can set the other corner to pull up a quick note. On the same note, your iPad can actually convert your messy handwriting into neat typed text. If you want to know how that's possible, you should watch this video next and find out about many more insanely useful iPad tips. Alright, I will see you there. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day.